Ethan, I want a divorce. Claire set her coffee cup down, her tone as casual as if she were commenting on the weather. My hand, midway through slicing a steak, froze. I looked up at my wife across the table. The soft jazz of the restaurant played on. Couples around us laughed and whispered, but our table had fallen into a dead silence. What did you just say? I thought I had misheard. I said, let's get a divorce, Claire repeated, her voice still flat. Consider my gift for our 3rd anniversary. An anniversary gift? I put down my knife and fork, feeling my stomach churn. I had booked the most expensive French restaurant downtown for this meal, costing me half a month's salary. Why? I struggled to keep my composure. Claire took a sip of her coffee, her beautiful face void of expression. Our marriage is too dull. No passion, no romance. We don't even bother to fight anymore. Do you find this kind of life interesting? I looked at her, the woman I had chased for 2 years and been married to for 3. Exquisite makeup, elegant demeanor, just as perfect as the first time we met. But right now, she felt like a stranger. We can change that, I said. If you think life is too boring, we can travel more, do more interesting things together. Change. Claire chuckled softly. Ethan, do you know what I envy most? I envy those couples who are still in the dating phase. Their eyes have light in them. Their hearts race just from a glance. They tear up over a bouquet of flowers. But us, she paused, her gaze sweeping over the other tables. Look at us. Don't we look like an old married couple in our 80s? 28 years old, living an 80-year-old's life. I followed her gaze and saw young couples interacting sweetly. A man carefully cutting steak for his girlfriend, the girl blushing as she accepted his attention. So, you're saying I'm not good enough to you? I asked. It's not that you aren't good enough, Claire shook her head. It's that you're too good. Good to the point of suffocation. Do you know what my first thought is when I come home and see you every day? I want to run away. That sentence was like a needle piercing my heart. You come home on time every day, never socialize, never work late, never go out drinking with friends. You give all your time to me, hand over all your money to me. You think this is love, but to me it's a burden. Claire's voice grew softer, yet sharper. I don't want a man who only knows how to orbit his wife. I want a man with charm, with mystery, someone who keeps things fresh. I was silent for a long time before asking, so what do you want to do? I'll give you a chance. Claire suddenly smiled, a bright smile I hadn't seen in a long time. We'll separate for a while. You court me again. Pursue me the way you did back then. Make me fall in love with you all over again. If you can do that, we won't divorce. She spoke lightly, as if this were just a game. And if I can't, then we part ways amicably. I looked into her eyes, searching for any sign that she was joking. There was none. She was serious. I need time to think, I said. Fine, I'll give you a week. Claire stood up and grabbed her purse. You get the bill. Consider it the cost of our final date. She walked away, leaving me alone in the romantic restaurant, facing 2 unfinished steaks. The couples around me continued their sweet meals, leaving me feeling like the only person abandoned by the world. I pulled out my phone and looked at the wedding photo of Claire and me on the screen. We were smiling so happily, as if we owned the world. 3 years, 1,095 days. I thought we would grow old together, but instead, I was handed a chance to start over. Court her again? I shook my head with a bitter smile. If love requires a performance to survive, what is the point? The waiter came over, politely asking if I needed a box. I shook my head, took out my card, and paid. A $600 dinner that tasted like divorce. Walking out of the restaurant, the night wind felt cold. I stood by the curb, watching the traffic flow, suddenly remembering that night 3 years ago. Claire had just agreed to be my girlfriend. I was so happy I didn't sleep all night, going to work the next day with dark circles under my eyes. Colleagues said I was crazy to wreck myself over a woman. Thinking back now, maybe I really was a fool. When I got home, Claire had already packed. 2 large suitcases sat neatly in the living room, as if she were going on vacation. You move fast, I said, hanging my coat by the door. I've been ready for a while, Claire said, sitting on the sofa. Actually, this thought has been in my mind for a long time. How long? 6 months, maybe longer, she answered honestly. You know, every day looking at your unchanging face, listening to your unchanging words, I feel my youth slipping away bit by bit. I sat opposite her, studying her face. Indeed, she was much more beautiful than 3 years ago. Skincare, makeup, gym, yoga. She took increasingly better care of herself. And me? 9 to 5 every day, home after work, shopping and movies with her on weekends. Day after day, year after year. You think I've changed? I asked. It's not that you changed, it's that you never changed, Claire said. Do you remember when you first chased me? Of course I remembered. To woo her, I'll learn mixology, learn guitar, learn to ski. Every day, I thought about how to surprise her, how to make her happy. You were so interesting back then, always bringing me something fresh. But after marriage, you stopped playing guitar, your bartending skills rusted. You turned into a machine that only knows work and home. That's because I already won you, I said. Besides, I put all my energy into work to give you a better life. A better life? Claire shook her head. Ethan, do you think all women want is money? Don't they? She was silent for a moment, then said, if all I wanted was money, I could have found a much richer man. The words were like a slap in the face, sobering me instantly. True, with Claire's looks, she could have found someone far better off than me. Her girlfriends often said as much. Then what do you want? Passion, romance, novelty. She articulated every word. I want a man I yearn to see every day, not a man I've figured out completely. I nodded. So you want me to chase you again? Right? A hint of anticipation flashed in Claire's eyes. If you can make me feel that spark again, we stay together. If not, then we divorce. I finished for her. Exactly. We fell silent again. The only sounds in the living room were the hum of the AC and the occasional car passing downstairs. Where will you stay? I asked. My mom's place. Claire stood up. I already told her, and she supports my decision. I wasn't surprised. My mother-in-law had never been satisfied with me, always feeling her daughter had settled. Ethan, Claire dragged her luggage to the door and looked back at me. I'm giving you 3 months. Within 3 months, if you can make me fall in love with you again, we'll pretend none of this happened. And if I can't, then we go to the courthouse. She said it without hesitation. The door closed, leaving me alone in the house. I sat on the sofa, staring at the spot where Claire had just been. The cushion still held her warmth and the faint scent of her perfume. 3 months. Start over. I took out my phone and scrolled through her chat history. The last message was from lunch today, asking what I wanted for dinner. Back then, I was thinking how lucky I was to spend our anniversary with my wife. Looking back now, it was pure irony. I opened Instagram and saw Claire had just posted a story, New Beginnings. The picture was her back as she dragged her suitcase. It already had a dozen likes, and a few of her girlfriends were cheering in the comments. Finally came to your senses. Happy single life. You go, girl. It seemed they had known about this long ago. I was the only one kept in the dark. My phone rang. It was my brother, Mark. Hey, little brother, how's it going? Today's your 3rd anniversary, right? I didn't know how to start. Ethan, why aren't you talking? Mark, Claire wants a divorce. I finally let it out. Silence on the other end for a few seconds. Why? I thought you guys were good. I gave him a rough outline of the night's events. Mark sighed deeply after listening. Ethan, are you stupid? She says that, and you're actually going to chase her? What do you mean? When a woman tells you to court her again, she's just giving you a polite way out. She's got other ideas in her head. She's just too embarrassed to say it directly. Mark's words made my heart sink. You mean she's seeing someone else? It's very likely. Think about it. If a woman truly loves you, how could she say something like that? I wanted to argue, but found I had nothing to say. Mark, what should I do? What else can you do? Divorce her. A woman like that is nothing but trouble. Hanging up, I paced the living room. Court her again, or just divorce. The next day was Saturday. I didn't go out, spending the day organizing the things Claire had left behind. She had left thoroughly, taking almost everything that belonged to her. Makeup, clothes, shoes, bags. Even the matching mugs we bought together. She only left mine. Halfway through cleaning, the doorbell rang. I opened it to find a stranger, a young man, standing there. He was dressed in designer brands, wearing a Rolex, hair slicked back perfectly. Can I help you? I'm Julian, a friend of Claire's. He extended a hand politely. She asked me to pick up some things she forgot. Julian? I had never heard Claire mention this name. What did she forget? I didn't shake his hand. Some documents. I think they're in the study. Julian didn't seem to mind my coldness and walked right in. He was familiar with the layout of my house, heading straight for the study. I followed him, watching as he expertly opened the desk drawer and took out a folder. You come here often? I asked. Julian stopped what he was doing and turned to look at me. Claire never mentioned me? No. Well, looks like she was sparing your feelings. Julian smiled. I'm her personal trainer. And her friend. Personal trainer? Claire had started going to the gym 6 months ago, and her figure had indeed improved. You two are close? You could say that. Julian closed the folder. Claire is an excellent woman. She deserves a better life. The implication was obvious. So you think I'm not good enough for her? I asked directly. Julian looked me up and down. It's not about being good enough. It's about being the right fit. There's no love left between you two, just habit. What business is that of yours? My tone turned hostile. Of course it's my business. Julian stopped hiding it. Because I like her. The air in the room seemed to freeze. You know she and I aren't divorced yet? I know, but I also know you will be soon. Julian's expression was confident. Claire has already decided. She wants to start a new life. What do you mean? She won't give you 3 months to chase her. Julian looked at my shocked expression and continued. She just didn't want to seem too heartless, so she made up that excuse. My head was buzzing. You're lying. Lying or not, you'll find out soon enough. Julian walked toward the door with a folder. By the way, she's moving in with me next Monday. What did you say? She's already with me, Ethan. Julian stopped at the door, looking back. And she's pregnant. The sentence was like a bomb, instantly stripping me of the ability to think. Impossible. I rushed over and grabbed his collar. You're lying. Julian didn't struggle, looking at me calmly. The paternity test is in the folder. You can look. The child is mine. I let go, my body going limp. Julian straightened his clothes and continued. Actually, Claire wanted to divorce you directly. I was the one who persuaded her to save you some face. After all, you were married. No need to make it ugly. So everything she said last night, all an act. Julian ruthlessly exposed the truth. She doesn't want to give you a chance to pursue her. She just wants you to give up on your own. I collapsed onto the sofa, my mind a blank slate. Ethan, I know this is cruel, but rather than wasting 3 months on a futile effort, it's better you wake up now. Julian's tone softened slightly. Claire is happy now. You should let go. He left, leaving me alone in the living room. I picked up the folder from the coffee table, opened it for a glance, and snapped it shut. Paternity test. The father was indeed Julian Hayes. 7 weeks pregnant. I calculated the time, exactly 2 months ago when I hadn't gone home for a week due to overtime. So that was it. I took out my phone and dialed Claire. Hello. Her voice sounded relaxed. Is the baby his? I asked bluntly. Silence on the other end for a few seconds. How did you find out? He was just here. Another silence. Ethan, I'm sorry. Claire's voice trembled. I wanted to. Wanted to what? Keep lying to me for 3 months. I didn't mean to, she started crying. I didn't expect things to turn out like this. Didn't expect it? I laughed coldly. When you were with him, you didn't expect this. When you got pregnant, you didn't expect this. Ethan, listen to me. No need to explain. I interrupted her. Where's the divorce agreement? What? The divorce agreement? I repeated. Since you've decided, let's not waste any more time. You don't want to chase me anymore. Claire's voice was full of disbelief. Chase a woman pregnant with another man's child? Do you think I have no self-respect? Sobbing came from the other end. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She kept apologizing. What's the use of sorry? I felt a blockage in my chest. Claire, have I been too good to you these 3 years? So good that you thought I couldn't live without you. So you dared to be this reckless? She didn't answer, just cried. Send me the agreement. I'll sign it, I said and hung up. The phone rang again immediately. It was Claire. I declined the call and blocked her number. In that moment, I felt lighter than I ever had before. Monday morning, I went to work as usual. Colleagues knew last weekend was my anniversary and asked how it went. I just smiled and didn't say much. At lunch, Brenda from HR sat next to me. Ethan, I heard you and Claire are divorcing. I stopped eating and looked at her. Brenda was the company's grapevine. Nothing got past her. How do you know? She posted on her feed. Brenda pulled out her phone to show me. Said she's starting a new life. Even posted a picture of an ultrasound. I glanced at it. It was indeed Claire's post. The ultrasound clearly showed a 7-week-old fetus. What does this mean? I pretended not to understand. What else could it mean? She's pregnant. Brenda looked like she was watching a drama. But this baby... She stopped, but the implication was clear. You all know the baby isn't mine? Pretty much the whole office knows. Brenda looked a bit sheepish. Claire's friend Jessica works in finance. She spilled the beans. I smiled bitterly. Turns out I was the last to know I was being cuckolded. What does the guy do? I asked. Owns a gym. Heard he's got money. Brenda lowered her voice. Jessica said Claire's been with him for 3 months. 3 months? So she was already cheating before our anniversary. Ethan, what are you going to do? Brenda asked with concern. Divorce. I said crisply. Good. A woman like that isn't worth keeping. Brenda patted my shoulder. You're young. Better to end it now and find someone who truly loves you. That afternoon, I got a call from a law firm saying Claire had commissioned a divorce agreement and asked when I could review it. No need to review. Just email me the digital copy, I said. Mr. Cole, are you sure you don't want to meet to discuss asset division? The lawyer was surprised. No need. However she wants to divide it is fine. Hanging up, I opened my email and soon received the document. The agreement was simple. I kept the house, saving split 50-50, no child custody issues. I read it once, printed it, and signed. Signing it, I remembered the scene at the courthouse 3 years ago. Claire smiled so sweetly then, saying she wanted to live happily with me forever. Irony at its finest. After work, I didn't go home. I went to a nearby bar. It was where I had my first date with Claire. Back then, to woo her, I specifically learned mixology and made her favorite cocktail right here. Sir, would you like the blue margarita again? The bartender recognized me. I shook my head. Whiskey. Neat. You're alone today? Usually, you're with your wife. We split, I said flatly. The bartender didn't ask further, silently pouring me whiskey. I downed in one go, the burning alcohol searing my throat, giving me a rush of relief. Another one. Sir, maybe slow down. I'm fine. I drank a few more, feeling myself float. Just then, a woman sat next to me. Handsome. Drinking alone is boring. Want to talk? I turned to look at her. She was beautiful, dressed sexily, makeup exquisite. No thanks. Heartbroken. She didn't leave, staying seated beside me. Divorced, I said. Oh, then we should celebrate. The woman smiled. Shouldn't you be happy to regain your freedom? Regain freedom? I thought about it carefully and realized there was indeed a sense of liberation. For 3 years, I had to go home on time, shop and watch movies with Claire on weekends, canceling almost all friend gatherings. Not anymore. I could go home when I wanted, drink with friends when I wanted, binge watch shows when I wanted. You're right. I raised my glass. It is worth celebrating. The woman clinked her glass against mine. Congratulations on your rebirth. We talked for a long time, from past relationships to life philosophies. Her name was Anna Ross, a divorcee with a 5-year-old daughter. Actually, divorce isn't scary, Anna said. What's scary is holding on when you know it's not working. Do you regret it? I asked. I did, but not much. Anna was honest. Life after divorce isn't easy, but at least it's real. No more acting. No more compromising. Her words struck a chord. Wasn't I acting for the past 3 years? Playing the perfect husband, the considerate man, the one who never disappoints. But no matter how well I played the part, the curtain still fell. Handsome, any plans for tonight? Anna asked. I checked the time. Almost 11. Go home and sleep. Want to come to my place? Anna's eyes were suggestive. My daughter is at her grandma's. She won't be back. I paused, understanding her meaning. No, thanks. I stood up to leave. Why? Anna was puzzled. Didn't you just get divorced? Freshly divorced. Haven't adjusted yet. I smiled. Maybe another time. Walking out of the bar, the night breeze felt good on my face. I didn't call a cab, just walked slowly home. I thought about a lot of things on the way. The 3-year marriage, Claire's betrayal, the future. Actually, I should thank her. If not for her betrayal, I might never have realized our marriage was dead in the water long ago. Back home, I called Mark. Mark, I decided to divorce. Thinking clearly now, yeah, she's pregnant with someone else's kid. Silence on the other end. That piece of work. Forget it. Let the past be the past. I was surprisingly calm. I'm going to the courthouse tomorrow to finalize the paperwork. Need me to come with you? No, I can handle it. Hanging up, I took a shower and lay in bed. The bed felt too big, empty without Claire. But it felt free. The next morning, I took half a day off to go to the county clerk's office to finalize the divorce filing. Claire arrived before me, sitting in the waiting area, head down, looking at her phone. Seeing me, she stood up, eyes red. Ethan. She wanted to say something, but I didn't give her the chance. Let's just get the paperwork done. No need for talk. We waited in line, exchanging not a single word. The clerk asked a lot of questions, confirming the divorce was mutual and there were no property disputes. Half an hour later, the filing was done. From marriage license to divorce decree, 3 years and 3 days. Walking out of the courthouse, Claire stopped me. Ethan, I'm sorry. Her voice was tiny. I stopped, but didn't look back. If there's a next life, I promise I won't hurt you. There is no next life, I said. Take good care of your child. I walked away without looking back. Back at the office, colleagues looked at me with strange expressions. News traveled fast. Everyone knew I had finalized the divorce that morning. Ethan, you okay? Brenda asked concernedly. I'm fine. Great, actually. I sat back at my desk. Finally free. That afternoon, I got a call from an unknown number. Mr. Cole, this is Julian. What do you want? I want to meet. I have some things to say. We have nothing to talk about. It's about Claire. Julian paused. She regrets it. I scoffed. Is regret useful? Mr. Cole, I know you're angry, but it's happened. Claire is carrying my child, and I will be responsible. But I hope you can forgive her. After all, you were married for 3 years. Married for 3 years? I cut him off. Mr. Hayes, we are divorced. She's your woman now. Whether she regrets it or not has nothing to do with me. You really don't want to see her one last time? No, I said firmly, and don't call me again. I hung up and blocked his number too. After work, I went to the gym. I hadn't exercised in a long time. Half an hour on the treadmill left me sweating and feeling good. New here, someone next to me struck up a conversation. I turned to see a man in his 30s, great build. Sort of. I am Caleb. Been training here for 2 years. He extended a hand. Asked me if he need pointers. Ethan. I shook his hand. We chatted for a while. When Caleb learned I was recently divorced, he patted my shoulder. Brother, I know how it feels. I'm divorced too. You too. Yeah, 3 years ago. Caleb smiled bitterly. Wife cheated, took the kid. And now? Caleb grinned. Now I'm living the life. Got a girlfriend. Work is smooth, healthier than ever. He pointed to his muscles. See? After the divorce, I focused on myself. I used to put all my energy into the wife and kid. Now I invest time in me. Ever regret it? I did, but briefly. Caleb was candid. Life is like that. You win some, you lose some. Lost a wrong marriage, gained a chance to start over. That phrase stuck with me. A chance to start over. Yes, I was 28. Still young. Bro, want to spot me? I'll teach you some moves. Caleb suggested. Sure. For the next hour, Caleb taught me a lot of techniques. I found exercise really does make you forget your troubles, forcing you to focus on the moment. After the workout, we grabbed a late-night meal nearby. Ethan, here's some advice. Caleb took a sip of beer. The first 3 months after divorce are critical. Don't sit at home brooding. Get out, meet people. Why? Because it's easy to fall into self-doubt. You'll wonder if you weren't good enough, if you had issues. Given time, it messes with your mental health. I nodded. I was already feeling that. So exercise, socialize, keep busy. Caleb continued. Once you pass that phase, you'll realize divorce is actually a good thing. Really? Caleb was certain. Think about it. Why keep a woman who doesn't love you? Waste of time, waste of emotion, and you'll split eventually anyway. Better to split early and find real happiness. We talked late into the night. Lying in bed, I thought about Caleb's words. Maybe he was right. Divorce isn't the end of the world. It's a new beginning. I checked the time on my phone. 1:00 a.m. Before, I would have been worrying if Claire was mad I was home late. Now, I didn't have to worry. I could come home when I wanted, play when I wanted, do what I wanted. This feeling of freedom was actually pretty good. 3 days after the divorce, I started clearing out the house. Although Claire had taken her personal items, many shared memories were scattered in every corner. Wedding photos, souvenirs from trips, gifts she gave me, jewelry I gave her. I packed them one by one into boxes, ready to return them. Halfway through, the doorbell rang. I thought it was a delivery, but opened it to see Claire's mother, Linda, standing outside. Linda, I was surprised. Linda looked terrible. She started scolding me the moment she stepped in. Ethan, how could you treat Claire like this? How did I treat her? She's pregnant, her emotions are unstable, and you're this heartless? Linda's voice was shrill. Won't even see her? I laughed bitterly. Linda, she cheated first, not me. So what if she cheated? Don't men usually forgive that? Linda argued self-righteously. Besides, she didn't mean to. That man seduced her. The logic left me speechless. Linda, we are already divorced. You can tear up the papers. Linda got agitated. Claire knows she was wrong. She's willing to get an abortion and start over with you. What? She said as long as you're willing to forgive her, she'll abort the baby and start fresh with you. Linda grabbed my hand. Ethan, you've been married 3 years. There's a foundation of affection. Why divorce over something like this? I pull my hand away. Linda, this isn't a small thing, and I won't ask her to abort the child. Why? Because that's a life. I said seriously. No matter how that child was conceived, it's innocent. Linda paused, obviously not expecting that response. Then what do you mean? Let her have the baby and live a good life with that man. You really don't want her? Linda's tone softened. Ethan, I spoiled Claire growing up. She acts without thinking. But she has a good heart. She really knows she messed up now. I was silent for a moment. Linda, some mistakes can be forgiven, some cannot. What do you mean? If she wanted a divorce, because we weren't compatible, I could understand. If she just cheated, I might have considered forgiving her. I paused. But she's pregnant with another man's child. That is not something I can accept. Linda fell silent. Linda, please tell her to take care of her health and the baby, I said. As for us, it's over. After Linda left, I continued packing. But my peace was disturbed. I didn't understand. Why did everyone think I should forgive Claire? Should a man just be unconditionally tolerant? Was my dignity worth so little? I called Mark. Mark, if your wife got pregnant by another man, Would you forgive her? Are you crazy? Mark reacted violently. Hell no. Then why does everyone think I should forgive Claire? Because you're too nice. Mark sighed. Since we were kids, you've been like this. You'd rather swallow grievances than conflict with others. So they think you're easy to bully. That struck deep. Indeed, I'd always been a nice guy. Bullied at school, silent. Blamed at work, silent. Bossed around by Claire, silent. Maybe because I was so agreeable, Claire felt bold enough to betray me, thinking I'd forgive anything. Ethan, you can't be too kind. Kindness needs boundaries. Mark said, you did the right thing this time. Do not compromise. Hanging up, I finished packing. At the bottom, I found a small box containing a watch Claire gave me. Our first anniversary gift. She spent 2 months' salary on it. I picked it up and saw the engraving on the back. Love you for a lifetime. How ironic. A lifetime ended in 3 years. I tossed the watch into the box. Since it's a clean break, keep no souvenirs. That night, I went to the bar. The same one. Anna was in her usual spot. Seeing me, she waved. How's the mood today? She asked. All right. I sat next to her. Formalities are done. Congrats. Anna raised her glass. Officially single. We clinked glasses and drank. Her mom came to see me today, I said. Said what? Asked me to forgive her daughter. Said she's willing to abort the baby and start over. Anna frowned. What did you say? I refused. Good. Anna agreed. Some mistakes are irreversible. Besides, a woman willing to kill her own child just to keep you as a backup. Do you think she truly loves you? I hadn't thought of it from that angle. She's just scared of losing her safety net. Anna continued. A woman who truly loves you wouldn't betray you. Since she did, she doesn't have you in her heart. I nodded. It made sense. Ethan, a suggestion. Anna looked at me. Forget her. Start a new life. You're young. Plenty of chances to meet better people. Like who? I joked. Like me. Anna winked. I laughed. Don't you have a daughter? So, Anna shrugged. We can start as friends. I looked at her closely. A charming woman. Mature, independent, understands man. Consider it. Anna extended a hand. I hesitated, then took it. Okay, let's try. That night, I went back to Anna's place. It was the first time since the divorce I was with another woman. It felt a bit strange, but my body was honest. Lying next to Anna, I thought of Claire, wondering what she was doing, if she was regretting it. But I didn't care anymore. She chose betrayal. She had to bear the consequences. As for me, I was starting my new life. After getting together with Anna, my life changed significantly. She didn't have as many demands as Claire. She didn't get angry if I was busy, didn't demand I be by her side 24/7. We were more like friends, meeting occasionally, dinner, movies, no heavy chains. You're more independent than I thought, I told her one night. Divorce makes women independent. Anna leaned on my shoulder. We've both been through betrayal and hurt, so we cherish this freedom more. You don't want to remarry? Not for now. Anna was honest. At least not right now. I enjoy this date. Companionship without losing freedom. I understood. I felt the same. After one failed marriage, I had no burning desire to jump into another. A month later, I ran into an acquaintance at the gym. It was Claire's friend, Jessica. Seeing me, she froze, then walked over. Ethan, what are you doing here? Working out. I kept lifting, not stopping. You've changed a lot. Jessica looked me over. Indeed, a month of training had changed my physique. Body fat down, muscles defining. I looked much more energetic. People change. I wiped my sweat. What's up? Claire. She's not doing well recently. Jessica hesitated. Oh, my reaction was flat. Don't anyone know how she is? Jessica was anxious. No, I was direct. We're divorced. How she's doing isn't my business. Jessica was shocked by my coldness. Ethan, you've really changed. You weren't like this before. The old me was stupid. I packed my gear to leave. Being concerned about the well-being of the person who betrayed you. Don't you think that's laughable? But she really regrets it. If regret worked, who needs the police? I cut her off. Jessica, understand this. Claire and I are done. No matter how much she regrets it, how much pain she's in, it won't change the facts. I walked out of the gym, Jessica chasing after me. Ethan, wait. I stopped and looked back. She and Julian broke up. Jessica panted. And she wants to reconcile with you. I laughed coldly. Reconcile? Does she think feelings are a game? Start when you want, end when you want, restart when you want. She said she's willing to give up everything for you. Include her child? I asked. Jessica fell silent. Looks like she can't let go. I shook my head. Since she can't give up the kid, don't talk about giving up everything for me. Ethan, can't you give her a chance? Jessica begged. I gave her a chance, I said. She didn't take it. I got in my car and started the engine. In the rearview mirror, I saw Jessica standing at the gym entrance, looking defeated. Back home, I texted Anna about the encounter. She replied quickly. Starting to regret it? Yup. Expect it. Anna sent a shrug emoji. Women are like that. Don't cherish it until it's gone. Would you do that? No. Anna was definite. I don't do things I'll regret. The next day was Saturday. I planned to see a movie, but got a call from Julian. Mr. Cole, can we meet? What is there to discuss? About Claire. Julian sounded exhausted. She's in a bad state. That's your problem. No, it's your problem now. Julian paused. She wants an abortion. Says if you don't forgive her, she doesn't want the baby. I froze. Are you threatening me? Not a threat, a request. Julian sounded helpless. Ethan, I know we have issues, but the baby is innocent. Then talk her out of it. I tried, useless. Julian laughed bitterly. She won't listen to anyone. Just wants you back. I was silent for a long time. Regardless, it was a life. When? I asked. Today, 3 p.m. The coffee shop. Julian gave an address. Hanging up, I felt conflicted. I thought I had let go, but hearing Claire wanted to abort the baby made me uneasy. Not out of love, but for the innocent child. At 3 p.m., I arrived. Claire and Julian were waiting. Haven't seen her in a month. She was much thinner, complexion poor, clearly not eating or sleeping well. Ethan, seeing me, her eyes reddened instantly. Speak. What is it? I sat opposite them, tone cold. I want to get back together, Claire said directly. Impossible. I was equally direct. Why? Tears started falling. I know I was wrong. I'm willing to fix it. Some mistakes can't be fixed. I looked at her. Besides, you're carrying another man's child. I can abort it, Claire said urgently. As long as you forgive me, I'll give up anything. Including your child? Yes, she said without hesitation. I glanced at Julian. His face was grim. Did you ask the father? I asked. Claire and Julian fell silent. A woman killing her current boyfriend's child to win back her ex-husband. Do you two think this is normal? I sneered. Claire, are your values really this twisted? Claire wanted to explain, but I cut her off. I'll say this one last time. We are done. I stood up. Have a baby. Don't do something you'll regret for the rest of your life. I turned and walked away. Claire's sobbing came from behind me. I didn't look back. Some people, some things aren't worth looking back for. Leaving the coffee shop, I didn't go straight home. I went to the park for a walk. I needed to cool off, clean my head. Saying I wasn't affected would be a lie. 5 years together meant seeing her like that caused ripples. But ripples are just ripples. They wouldn't change my decision. Some lines, once crossed, leave no way back. By the lake, I met an elderly couple sitting on a bench feeding pigeons. Their voices were low, but I sensed the warmth between them. Sir, ma'am, how long have you been married? I couldn't help asking. 43 years, the old man smiled. That long. Never thought of divorce. They looked at each other and laughed. Thought about it. The lady was honest. When we were young, we fought over small things, gave each other the silent treatment. Why didn't you? Couldn't bear to, the man said. Young man, marriage isn't just love. It's responsibility and tolerance. But what if there's betrayal? I asked a doubt in my heart. The couple fell silent. Depends on the degree, the lady said. If it's a matter of principle, like character, that's hard to forgive. What is a matter of principle? Like cheating and having a child, domestic violence, gambling, the man counted on his fingers. Those touched the bottom line. I nodded, finding my answer. Trouble in love, son? The lady asked kindly. I briefly explained my situation. You did right. The old man patted my shoulder. A man needs principles. Can't tolerate everything. But I feel messy inside. Normal, the lady said. You were together a long time. Logic tells you it's wrong, but the heart takes time. What should I do? Time solves everything, the man said. It hurts now, but look back later, you'll be glad you made the right choice. Chatting with him calmed me down. Back home, I opened my laptop and organized my life. Over a month post-divorce, I was living better. Without Claire's constraints, I picked up old hobbies. Gym, reading, friends, learning new skills. I even took a photography class. Life became full. The only issue was the occasional thought of Claire. Not love, just habit. 5 years formed deep habits. The habit of someone waiting at home, sharing the day, caring when sick. Now gone, I needed to adapt. That night, Anna called. Saw her. Yeah. How was it? Okay. Calmer than I thought. I said. Maybe I really let go. Good. Anna sounded happy. My daughter asked today when she can meet Uncle Ethan. She wants to meet me. Yeah. Curious about Mom's friend. Anna laughed. Want to? I hesitated. Meeting the daughter meant stepping up the relationship. While relaxed now, involving a child changed the nature of things. I'm not ready. I was honest. It's okay. No rush. Anna understood. Wait until you are. Hanging up, I pondered the future. With Anna, it was easy, but deep feelings? Not really. It was mutual comfort. How long could that last? I didn't know. Maybe when I truly stepped out of the last shadow, I'd have the answer. The next morning, Jessica called. Ethan, Claire's hospitalized. What happened? Threatened miscarriage. Jessica sounded frantic. Doctor says it was caused by emotional stress. I was silent. How is she? Stable, but needs bed rest. Jessica paused. She wants to see you. I won't go. I was certain. Ethan, she's really fragile right now. Jessica begged. Just once. No. I refused completely. Her health isn't my concern. Are you really this heartless? Heartless. I laughed. Did she consider my feelings when she betrayed me? Jessica had nothing to say. Jessica, understand this. Claire and I are finished. Whatever happens, I'm not looking back. I hung up, feelings mixed. I was worried, sure, but so what? Her life, her pain, nothing to do with me. Thinking this, I forced myself to work. But all day I was distracted. News of Claire's hospitalization spread quickly through our mutual circle. Many messaged me, some asking, some hinting I should visit. I didn't reply. 3 days later, Julian called again. Mr. Cole, Claire's situation is complicated. Meaning, she has severe depressive tendencies. Doctor suggests therapy. Julian's voice was heavy, but she refuses to cooperate. Just wants to see you. I didn't speak. I know it's a big ask, but for her health. Mr. Hayes, I interrupted. Let me ask you, if not for the baby, would you still want her? Silence on the line. I don't know. Julian finally admitted. Since you aren't sure, why ask me to shoulder your responsibility? I said, her condition is a result of your choices, not mine. But she'll only get better if she sees you. That's a problem, not mine. I said coldly. Mr. Hayes, this conversation is over. Don't contact me again. I hung up and blocked him for good. That night, gym with Caleb. Bro, you look off. Caleb noticed. Ex-wife is hospitalized. Friends say I should visit. I said while lifting. Did you go? No. Why not? I stopped and looked at Caleb. You think I should? Depends on what you want. Caleb stopped too. If you still love her, want her back, go. If not, don't. I don't love her. Don't want her back. Then don't go. Caleb was firm. Going just gives her hope. No good for anyone. But friends think I'm too cold. Cold? Caleb scoffed. Did anyone call her cold when she got pregnant by another guy? That cleared the fog. Why was I expected to be saintly when she wasn't expected to be loyal? Bro, you know what moral kidnapping is? Caleb asked. It's using morality to hold you hostage, making you do things you know are wrong, but look noble. You mean my friends are guilt-tripping me? Exactly. Caleb nodded. They use words like tolerance, magnanimity, humanity to persuade you. But really? They just want the drama to end. Don't want to hear about the mess. I thought about it. Likely true. So what do I do? Stick to your principles. Caleb said. You made a choice, bear the consequences. Don't sway because of talk. After the workout, we had a late snack. Caleb, question. I sipped my beer. Did you regret divorce? I did, but not the divorce itself. Caleb thought. I regretted not doing it sooner. Why? Dragged it out, suffered unnecessary pain. Caleb said. Should have realized we weren't a fit, but I couldn't let go, wasn't resigned. Wasted time. Are you happy now? Way happier. Caleb smiled. Didn't remarry, but quality of life is up. Lonely? Sometimes, but loneliness beats misery. Caleb was candid. Real loneliness isn't living alone. It's living with someone who doesn't love you. That hit hard. The last year with Claire felt exactly like that. Under one roof, yet lonelier than being solo. Back home, I showered and lay in bed. Life had changed. Better body, better mood, higher efficiency. Thoughts of Claire were fading. This was growth. Learning to let go, stick to principles, take responsibility. I checked the time. Almost midnight. Claire should be asleep. I hope she rested well, had the baby safely. Not out of love, but basic humanity. We did love each other once, after all. 2 months later, I got an unexpected call. Mr. Cole, this is City General Hospital. Yes. Ms. Claire Bennett gave birth. She asked us to contact you. I froze. She gave birth. Yes, last night. A boy. Healthy. The nurse said. She said if it's convenient, she hopes you can come. I was silent for a long time. How is she? Mother and child are safe. The nurse said, but her emotions are unstable. She keeps asking for you. I checked the time. 2 p.m. Understand. Thanks. Hanging up, I sat in the office for a long time. Go or not? Logic said no, but I felt some things needed an ending. Finally, I took leave and went to the hospital. In the room, Claire lay in bed, holding a tiny baby. Seeing me, tears fell immediately. Ethan, you came. Heard you gave birth. I stood at the door, keeping distance. Yes, a boy. Healthy. She held him carefully. Want to see? I walked over. The little guy slept quietly, face red. Cute, I said. Ethan, I have things to say. Claire's voice was soft. I sat on the chair nearby. Go ahead. I'm sorry. She looked at me, eyes full of regret. These 2 months, I thought a lot. I know I was incredibly wrong. I didn't speak. I shouldn't have betrayed our marriage. Shouldn't have carried another's child. Shouldn't have asked for forgiveness. She continued. I've been thinking, if roles were reversed, I wouldn't forgive you either. And so I won't bother you anymore. I'll raise this child alone. Won't cause you trouble. I nodded. Good. One more thing. She hesitated. Julian, we split. Why? He couldn't handle that I still had feelings for someone else. Claire smiled bitterly. Understand him. No man accepts his woman thinking of her ex. I was silent. What's your plan? Go back to my hometown. Mom will help with the baby. Claire said. In a few years, when he's older, I'll work. Sound good, I said. Give yourself a fresh start. Ethan, Claire looked at me. Are you happy now? Very. I nodded. Much better than before. Her eyes dimmed, then recovered. That's good. She forced a smile. You deserve a better life. We chatted a bit more, trivial things. Finally, I got up to leave. Ethan, Claire called me. I looked back. If there's a next life, I hope we can start over. She said, that time, I will cherish you. There won't be a next life. I shook my head. Take care of the kid. Take care of yourself. Walking out of the hospital, I exhaled a long breath. That was likely the last time I'd see Claire. From now on, parallel lines. No intersection. Back home, I called Anna. I went to the hospital. How was it? Finally over, I said. Completely over. Congrats. Anna sounded pleased. Fully let go. Yeah. I nodded, though she couldn't see. Feels light. Celebrate tonight? Sure. That night, we went to the bar where we first met. To new beginnings. Anna raised her glass. To new beginnings. We clinked. After the drink, Anna spoke. Ethan, my daughter has a school parent-child event next weekend. Want to come? I looked at her, understanding. You sure? Sure. Anna nodded. I think we could try stepping forward. I thought for a moment, then nodded. Time to start a real new life. Story complete.